Welcome back to another official Marvel Contest of Champions live stream, but maybe not as live as you're used to, as we've recorded this one ahead of time. Now, I'm your host, Kabam Dork, and I'm one of your community managers coming at you from twitch.tv/Kabam and the official Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube page. Now, we're talking Summoner's Choice. We are talking Deathless Saga. We've got new champions and, of course, a promo code right at the end. So you want to stay all the way till then to find out what you're getting to get you into the battle realm and, doing some pretty good stuff. Now, is that my fanfare that I'm hearing right now? I think it is. Let's get into it. All right, welcome back, Summoners. And you know what? I've got a very special guest. Well, it's more of a recurring guest here, the Kabam-osaurus Rex, better known as Karate Mike. And you know what? I think I'll let you do this one to ring in the new year.
What is going on, Summoners?
Yeah, it's such an iconic intro. You know, I've always had the yo, 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 and then yours is just like, what is going on? So I can't even do it.
It takes a little bit
वो
of
लोग ये कर रहे हैं
What is
Summoner
going
Choice
on,
Champions के बारे में
Summoners?
शुरू
A little bit
करने
of
वाले
gravel in there.
Oh, yeah,
Just
yeah.
on like
yeah.
the what, you know?
On the what? Okay, we'll work on that next time. For all of you, Happy New Year to everyone out there watching. And now, each year, our studio closes at the end of the year, so we wanted to pre-record this live stream so that you get what you want and get the information that you need to jump into Battle Realm and be ready. So, I hope you guys all enjoy this all the same, because, it's kind of like the same amount of work. We got champions, we got all the stuff that we're talking about.
We got a nice bulk of stuff going on today.
Yeah.
We got some good stuff.
Exactly. Now, before we get started, a big shout out to the production team. They're the ones that keep this running month after month after month. Now, you ready to get into it?
Oh, I am ready to get into it, Dave.
So ready?
I am so ready.
So ready. Now, we have some ground rules, as you know. You got to be nice. Be nice in the chat, because you know what?
मैं QR कोड बाद में एडजस्ट कर दूंगा, लेकिन अभी ठीक है।
They're going to be watching, so do be nice. We want you to be able to get
क्या
that
मेरी आवाज आ
code
रही है?
and be able to get all the cool things that
चैट
we
में
have
कोई बता
for
सकता है
you.
मेरी आवाज
Alright,
ठीक
now
से आ रही है
let's
या फिर
get
नहीं?
into this. First things first, we have our Summoner Sigil. Now, we talked about this last time. It's just really another quick reminder to keep an eye out for it. It is coming very, very, very soon. And there's updated rewards. Yeah. Streamlined experience.
Streamlined?
Yeah, streamlined, because there was something, you had to do some things where you had to buy like two of things or collect two different things, and they're just gonna kind of like put it all together.
All right.
Just makes it easier. There's more bang for your buck, more value for your buck.
I like that.
And I think one of my favorite things is this is actually functioning like a real subscription.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
So before, you had to go in and you had to buy your sigil, and then when it expired, it was like, hey, you got to buy the sigil again. So you click the button, and then it would expire, and then every month you go back and you click the button.
I set my reminder in my phone.
Once you click it once, it's in.
It's in.
It's in.
And I don't got to do it again.
No, you don't got to do it again.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. So keep an eye out for that. There will be a lot of details out there pretty soon, I'm sure. So get ready. All right, next up, we've got Summoner's Choice 2025. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar, each year for the past 4 years, we've given the power to the Summoners to choose the next champion. Our beloved community gets to go in and decide what champion gets added into our game. So this is how you got like Hercules in the games, how you got Quicksilver. This is how we have probably not your favorite champion, Gladiator.
Definitely not my favorite champion.
Not definitely not your favorite champion. And just recently we had Shathra added to the game, all because of you, our community, jumping
Can
in,
you hear me?
letting us know what you love. You're voting for it, you're putting your time in for it, and then, hey, now you're a piece of the game. You're like part of the DNA of the game, which is like, this is like pretty cool.
It's super cool, and not only that, I love Summoner's Choice because we've
Experience
seen so
India
many
not
other
able to scan your
contestants of Summoner's
UPI.
Choice throughout the
Okay,
years
मैं बाद
make
में
their
ऐड
way
कर
into
दूंगा.
the game.
वो थोड़ा
Bullseye,
कैमरा
Baron
एडजस्ट करना
Zemo,
पड़ेगा.
Beta Ray Bill, also Ironheart and Omega Sentinel. There's so many.
पहले
so
हम
many fantastic characters
देख लेते हैं कि Summoner Choice Champion क्या होने वाला है 2025 के लिए. उसके बाद मैं QR कोड एडजस्ट कर दूंगा.
Modeling, then you put the skin on there, you put the textures, then you have like the whole testing and then the sound design. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Now, the champions we have this year, go ahead and pop that up, Fenton. We've got Hellcat, Daredevil Elektra, Mr. Knight, Hunter's Moon, Power Man, the Victor Alvarez version.
Of course.
Colleen Wing, the Shroud,
I think Hunter's Moon is going to be a better champion.
The Maya Lopez version.
That's a pretty
हमें एक अच्छे स्किल चैंपियन की जरूरत है.
Pretty good spread.
I like it's very street level.
Yeah.
You know, I like how there's a theme
Yeah.
involved. I'm
Yeah.
a big fan. Like last year, I believe the theme was villains, right? Like villain champions. This time we have like street level heroes.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm excited for a few.
Game need a very good
but,
skill champion.
I don't want to let that.
Game को एक बहुत अच्छे स्किल चैंपियन की जरूरत है.
Of course not. I'm gonna keep mine.
I think
personally
Fighter's
close to my
Moon
chest.
is
Now, I
going to
will
be a
say,
better
keep
champion.
an eye on some of your favorite content creators because they might be lobbying for their favorites.
Which brings us into
थोड़े
how,
lethal
the
skill
voting
champion
works.
की
So
जरूरत
we
है.
talked about it a little bit
क्योंकि
on the last
अगर
stream, but it's a little bit different this year.
Hercules,
So
Doctor
first you're
Doom
going to
जैसे
receive your
कैरेक्टर को
ballot,
देखा जाए
and
तो
choose which champion you're voting for.
वैसा कोई
Once
चैंपियन
you've done
अभी
that,
गेम में
you're
है नहीं.
locked in for this round of voting
तो
and will
हमें
receive 5 votes towards your champion. From there, you'll jump into solo objectives. So winning 5 fights will earn you 5 votes on your ballot. So you'll be able to do that 4 times. This is going to give you up to 20 total votes. So you start with 5. You can work up to 20.
Okay.
Right? So that is 25, if my math is correct.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Quick math.
Yeah, it's very
but
quick
not
math.
bad.
Yeah, not too bad. Now, if you're looking for some extra juice, though, you can head over to the Summoners Market daily for an additional 5 votes each for a total of 15 extra votes.
Wow. Now that
Yeah.
sounds like 35 votes to me.
Well, we had 25.
So 40 votes.
That's right.
I think ये थोड़ा चीटिंग
Now-
जैसा लग
now
रहा है
the
मेरे
math
को.
is flowing. That's what I like.
क्योंकि सारे
now
लोग
the thing here is
additional
the
vote
Summoners
नहीं डाल
Market votes.
पाएंगे
This is
शायद से.
the part that's exciting. The Summoners Market votes, you can vote for anyone you want on each 5 vote count.
Okay.
So you get 3 of those, that's the 15. So if you get 1, you can choose whoever you want, right? If you have like a secondary choice, or someone's like, hey man, you could really, if you could help me out, vote for my champion.
Okay, मेरी आवाज़ तो ठीक आ रही है शायद से.
So I'm
Okay.
excited to see like how this all works out. Lots
अगर
of ways to
champions
vote
दिखा
and,
देते ना ये
lots of
लोग,
ways to
तो ज़्यादा
strengthen your
बेहतर
own
रहता.
vote. Now, as you've seen with the previous Summoner's Choice, the votes will whittle down to the final 4 and then the final 2 until we
पिछले
get
साल
our
इन
final
लोगों ने
champion
जो
and your
रोड मैप दिखाया था
Summoner's
पूरे
Choice.
साल का,
So, let's get
वैसा
voting.
अगर कुछ दिखा जाए तो
All
अच्छा
right, next
रहेगा.
up we've got the Deathless Saga. Now,
Deathless
the Deathless
Thanos.
Saga has been testing the summoners, that's you, to see if they're worthy of joining their ruthless ranks. Though they have defeated 4 of the Deathless so far, Deathless Thanos still needs further proof of their brutality in battle and wisdom in war. So as the Deathless continue to spread destruction and mayhem, the summoner will be tasked with constant tests of strength. Now, I imagine this is the story, this is the excitement. Everyone's been like going after their Deathless
For about a
champions.
year.
For a year.
Yes.
And now it's culminating into that Deathless Thanos that we saw last time on the
Oh
stream.
yeah, and we got some exciting stuff to talk about, man. So with the Deathless Saga, of course, Saga brings new things to the game. So this one is a bit different than how we've done it in the past. The Deathless Saga is only going to be lasting for 2 months, kind of celebrating your Deathless chase. So one thing, first up, Alliance Raids. There's going to be a new update to Alliance Raids starting the week of January 20th with some new mini-bosses and some new bosses. That's right, you're going to have to fight that Deathless version of Thanos one more time because he is going to be the big bad boss. But before him, you have Deathless Guillotine, She-Hulk, and Vision as well. So keep an eye out for that.
तो
Raids
डेथलेस
can be getting able to-
थैनोस उन्हीं को मिलेगा जिनके पास
But
गिलेटिन,
how
शी
do you
हल्क,
get
विजन,
Deathless
ये
Thanos?
सारे और
We
शी हल्क,
worked so
ये सारे के
hard
सारे
for
डेथलेस
almost
चैंपियन हो.
a year
That's
to
my
तो
get
मुझे नहीं लगता कि ये
Guillotine,
फ्री टू
and
प्ले
then
प्लेयर के
King
लिए
Louis,
इजी होने
and
वाला
then
है.
Vision,
Yep.
and then
शायद
She-Hulk, and
फ्री
now
टू
I'm
प्ले प्लेयर
looking
को ये
at my
मिलेगा भी
team,
नहीं कभी,
and I see that there is this
क्योंकि
new Karina's Challenger. I have to
मुझे लगता है कि
all
ये
5 of
ये
them, which means I
मतलब
need Thanos before I
लिमिटेड
can
टाइम
do
के
it.
लिए ही
So how
एक्सेस
do I
था
get it?
Yeah,
जो
yeah, where?
डेथलेस
Can you
कैरेक्टर
tell
थे
me
वो.
where?
I can tell you.
Yeah.
और अभी
And
अगर
I would
आपको
love
चाहिए
to
तो
tell
उसके
you.
लिए आपको
So there's going to be this new
पैसे
quest
खर्च करने
launching
पड़ेंगे.
this month called the Deathless Mausoleum. Okay, there's going to be 4 paths, essentially 1 per Deathless champion. Now,
अब मुझे लग
are
नहीं
there
रहा है
rewards?
कि
Of course
हमें
there
डेथलेस
are
थैनोस मिल
rewards
पाएगा,
for every single
क्योंकि
path.
मुझे
You're
लगा
gonna
कि
get
जैसे
Deathless
बाकी
6
कैरेक्टर्स को
stones. For
परचेस कर
completion,
सकते
you're gonna get a rank up
वैसे
gem.
ही
There
डेथलेस
are 2
थैनोस को भी
different
परचेस
ones.
किया
One
जा
geared
सकता है,
toward the 7-star
लेकिन
Thanos, one geared toward the 6-star
अब वैसा
Thanos.
नहीं होने
For
वाला
the harder
शायद से.
version, you're going to get a 7-star rank up gem 1 to 2 and 7-star Sig stones. For the lower difficulty, you're going to be acquiring that
So basically, जो लोग गेम में बहुत ज़्यादा पैसे खर्च करते हैं, उन्हीं के लिए कैरेक्टर है.
With each Deathless champion, and you will be rewarded with the final leader of the Deathless as a
Thanos.
big congratulations for chasing these champions all year long.
Deathless Thanos.
And
Okay,
he
तो ये
is
चैंपियन हमें नहीं मिलने वाला,
Yeah, I mean,
क्योंकि मेरे पास बाकी के सारे चैंपियंस नहीं
it's
है.
just gross.
He's
मैं
incredible.
सारे
gross.
रिसोर्सेज
He is a
डेथलेस थैनोस के लिए
fantastic
सेव कर रहा
champion.
था.
When you use him, you really feel like you're
अब
wielding
मुश्किल
those
होने वाला है.
Infinity Stones. You feel like you have the power of Thanos in your hands.
Sounds inevitable.
It sounds inevitable.
I know I used the joke already before, but might as well just use it again. It's inevitable.
You know, it's just one of those things. It's like we've been waiting so long, and now it feels like we're. Going to have Thanos in a snap.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's a good way
Thanks,
to cut
man.
that off.
Thank you.
All right, on January board.
Yep.
You know, all of them. Dream. Some people like different parts, but I think without champions, you can't play the game, and we all love playing the game. So to talk about the next two, let's go ahead and roll that first deep dive.
Okay.
To begin, strike the opponent to start stacking your debuffs. Complete full combos to stack your precision buffs while making your way up to 50 combo. Once there, you'll gain your vicious passive, juicing up those bleeds, and your shocks. Build up to your special 2 and launch to stack on dozens of debuffs, and then use your heavy to refresh them and consume 20 combo. If the opponent isn't already knocked out, you can keep converting your combo into refreshes until your vicious expires and your combo meter resets. Now, keep in mind, that ensnare debuff she gains when dodging an attack is great for those slippery science champions who love to evade, allowing her to stay aggressive and rinse the opponent with massive damage over time.
All right, so that is Okoye,
Okay, so
and let me tell you,
great
man,
champion
she's
होने
got a
वाला है.
little bit of misdirection going on
लेकिन
here because
मुझे कुछ
like,
ज़्यादा
she
impressive
gets a
नहीं
lot of
लगा,
crits, but they're not big.
क्योंकि
They're not. But there's
इसके
a
लिए
lot,
आपको
but it
combo
still doesn't
continue
add
करना
up, like, in your
पड़ेगा.
head, like the math,
बहुत
like
ज़्यादा
the,
बड़ा
but all of
combo
a sudden,
लगेगा.
like the opponent's down.
You see how quick
और
they got
ऐसे
knocked
में
Yeah,
right?
the opponent's down, right?
It's really interesting. You know, it's like you're playing her.
ये
you're
longer
using
fights
your
के लिए
basic
ज़्यादा
attacks, and you're like,
viable
I feel like
रहेगा.
I'm not doing too
बड़े
much
fights
damage.
के लिए.
I'm critting a lot, I'm not
या
doing
फिर
a lot of damage
जो
over time,
in-game
and all of a
content है,
sudden, you kind of like look away for a
उसके लिए
second,
ज़्यादा
see the
अच्छा
door
रहेगा
going, and then you
चैंपियन,
look back,
जैसे
and
Act
then the
7,
opponent is dead. And
Act
this
8
happens
इस तरह के
consistently. I
कंटेंट के
actually
लिए.
had some trouble, like, trying to get some of
बट
this footage
डिपेंड
against
करता है
hope
कि
pools around, like,
उसके पास
800,000,
इम्यूनिटी कितनी
because
है,
they kept
क्योंकि
rinsing before I can repeat
Act
the
7,
heavy attacks,
Act
right?
8
As you notice, I
में
did a little
ज़्यादातर
transition
इम्यूनिटीज़ ज़्यादा
between
इम्पोर्टेंट
Mortal
होती है.
Hulk, who has a big health pool, and Labyrinth of Legends Red Hulk. I just needed
देखते हैं
something
क्या होता है,
larger. Because, I mean, that's a good thing, right?
क्योंकि
She
इस
rinses them quicker than she
गेम
does
प्ले के
it.
शोकेस
But
में
it's really
इम्यूनिटीज़ की बात नहीं की गई
interesting because all of her
और
damage is
इम्यूनिटीज़
really
काफ़ी ज़्यादा
concentrated
इम्पोर्टेंट है.
into that damage over time.
And also, like when watching the footage, right, you can see it's a lot of stacks, right? So it's not like
Yes.
5 stacks, 6 stacks. It's like 25,
Oh, yeah.
39, 45.
Oh yeah,
like lots.
She gets up there, and you know, it's also another thing with that. It's because she inflicts a damage over time, bleed and shock every time she crits, and she stacks those precision buffs as well, kind of like Vox in a way, but a little bit different, where she can stack the multiple precision in different way, from dexing normally, from using her medium attack, right, and then they fall off one at a time. And then they're paused once you reach 50 combo and you get your vicious passive. And at that point, you're going to be critting even more, you're going to be stacking even more debuffs, you can refresh them with your heavy attack. She's very into like her combo meter, which is great when you're countering science champions like Void, Quicksilver, Scorpion, those champions where you need to like get that combo meter up and up and up and up and up, right?
Yeah.
So she has a nice key against those science champions, some of those annoying defensive mechanics. So it all builds together really nicely because once she reaches 50, you get the Vicious, then you can remove 20 of it with your heavy attack to refresh.
Yep. And you know what I found shocking? Her interaction with Deep Wounds. Can you tell me about that?
Oh, absolutely. So Deep Wounds, historically, is for bleed debuffs, right? But she also has the shocks. So one thing in her Sig ability is that she starts with 3 out of 5 Deep Wounds in her base kit, well, in her signature ability, but without it being equipped. Now, let's say you put in 5 points in Deep Wounds. Well, you essentially kind of have 8 Deep Wounds, but not only for bleeds, they also apply to shocks for Okoye. So it's a great mastery for her. And on top of that, yeah, there were so many buffs there, right? Not gonna be too great against those Mystic champions with Mystic Dispersion. Well, fear not, Dave, because she has a very interesting mechanic as well. For every stack in a mastery that goes above like the max rank, well, she's going to reduce the potency of Mystic Dispersion and Coagulate and some other masteries as well by 20% each. So she has a nice way of countering some of those defensive mechanics there too.
So she's having a little bit
I
of
believe she's also taking
utilities,
away some
but do not have
exclusivity from a
immunities.
certain champ, yeah?
Who's that?
As far as I know,
Craven.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How so?
Well, endurance.
क्योंकि इसने immunities के बारे में कुछ बताया नहीं है,
right?
ये बस additional utilities है जो कि अच्छी है मेरे ख्याल में.
Well, now there's two.
So ये चैंपियन बिल्कुल ट्रैश नहीं होने वाला, ये यूजेबल चैंपियन होने वाला है.
Now, Okoye has it as well. Now, the leader isn't the craziest defender, but we're starting to see Endurance kind of like poke his head around the corner, right? Oh, Endurance is being like called out. Now, Okoye has that as well, and that's on her special one. So she also, gets it a lot easier than Craven too. She's a little bit more useful on attack as well, and it's pretty nice to have for the future, I think.
Yeah, I think the players are going to be pretty surprised. So once you get past that kind of like initial use and you're just like, where's the damage? Where's the damage? Yeah, the damage is in the dots.
Yes, it is.
That's right. Okoye will be available on her pre-release bundle, and of course she's going to have her regular crystals out. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. Now, for champion number 2, which I guarantee you don't know who it is, let's roll it.
To begin, strike the opponent to start gaining muscle mass and inflicting Daunted. Complete medium ending combos when they aren't stunned to keep it paused. And once you complete 15 hits, use your special 1 while unstoppable to gain 5 more. Try to heavy the opponent when they aren't stunned to keep your mass paused for longer. Continue the process of gaining and pausing your mass as you build to special 2, and then launch while unstoppable to gain your reverb passive. If the opponent isn't already knocked out, just repeat until they are. Now, when a stun is purified or cleansed, he goes unstoppable and indestructible. So, don't be scared to parry those pesky skill champions. And keep in mind, when he reaches max muscle mass, he inflicts an additional Daunted with increased potency, making those special 2 crits and reverb bursts break the opponent into pieces.
Okay.
And hey, that
So
pursuit
ये
passive
champion
gains from bleed immunity and debuff purification will help in certain matchups against defenders who can also evade, keeping his loop intact and making sure he hits the bullseye every time.
All right, that was Gentle. I'm getting a little bit of a Swift vibe
तो ये
there
Dazzler के लिए
because,
कंपटीशन होने वाला है, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि Dazzler
shrugging off.
इससे ज़्यादा बेहतर है.
Okay.
इसका रीज़न ये है कि Dazzler
because he can finish the fight fast.
के जो अटैक है वो
Yeah,
फिजिकल
yeah.
कांटेक्ट नहीं है.
All right, so let's break it down.
एनर्जी नॉट एनर्जी बट ये फिजिकल कांटेक्ट नहीं है. So ये better है. So I think Dazzler इस चैंपियन से बेटर होने वाली है. फिर भी ये चैंपियन काफ़ी अच्छा है और इजीली मतलब डैमेज रैंप अप कर सकते हो. ब्रूट फोर्स अटैकर इज करेक्ट. सो इस चैंपियन को इंस्टेंटली रैंप अप किया जा सकता है, इंस्टेंटली डैमेज को एक्सेस किया जा सकता है और साथ ही साथ इस डैमेज को कंसिस्टेंट फाइट में थ्रू आउट द फाइट ये डैमेज जो है वो कंसिस्टेंट रहेगा.
Very interesting and very unique. He is immune to stun.
Immune
when
to stun.
He is parrying.
ओके
That is super
इसका मतलब
interesting.
कोई भी
And
चैंपियन
the,
इसको
unstoppable and
स्टन रिफ्लेक्ट नहीं कर सकता,
and just not
तो ये अच्छी
taking
बात है।
damage at the same time is really great because you have to get those heavy attacks in, and that gives you like the perfect cover.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So if you're fighting Kingpin, for example, you can go for a parry, go for the heavy attack. When he goes to belly bump you, you could just kind of spin around and do your heavy attack as well, and kind of keep the ball rolling. Now he does have Unstoppable in his native kit against non-skilled champions as well. Every 15 hits, he's going to go Unstoppable. And ideally, you want to use your special 1 and your special 2 when you line that all up. So he does take a little bit to get used to, I will say. The first couple of times you play him,
I think ये चैंपियन ज़्यादा बेहतर होने वाला है, ये चैंपियन ज़्यादा बेहतर होने वाला है।
You can see the power in Gentle and see what he's able to do.
Yep, it's another one of those situations where if you're willing to put the time in and really learn the kit, you can really do some great stuff. That reminds me a lot of like Black Cat, right? Like Black Cat came out,
very cool,
and
very
if
cool
you just
boss
used her
champion,
generically,
boss damage
it
champion.
wasn't that great in terms of damage.
ये Dazzler
but
जितना
once you
बढ़िया
took
नहीं
the
होने
time to
वाला,
learn, like,
लेकिन
how the rotation worked and how to get those cards switched,
Dazzler
hit
इससे
right at the
बेहतर है
right time.
क्योंकि
Dude,
उसकी जो
nasty
अटैक है
bleeds.
जो
Oh, yeah. Really
वो
nasty
है
bleeds.
नॉन फिजिकल कांटेक्ट है, मतलब फिजिकल कांटेक्ट नहीं करते हैं वो, और ये वाला चैंपियन फिजिकल कांटेक्ट करता है। तो ओकोए और दूसरा जो चैंपियन है उसका नाम मैं भूल गया, इन दोनों में मुझे ओकोए ज़्यादा बेहतर लगी, सॉरी ओकोए नहीं, ये दूसरा वाला चैंपियन ज़्यादा बेहतर लगा, ओकोए मुझे उतनी ज़्यादा अच्छी नहीं लगी। बट ओकोए के पास थोड़ी इम्यूनिटीज़ है, सॉरी इम्यूनिटीज़ नहीं है, यूटिलिटीज़ है, जिसको एक्ट 7 एक्ट 8 में यूज़ किया जा सकता है लॉन्गर फाइट्स में, क्योंकि उसका डैमेज आउटपुट जो है वो डैमेज और टाइम डिबग के थ्रू आता है। सो ये म्यूटेंट चैंपियन बहुत बढ़िया होने वाला है, इंस्टेंट डैमेज होने वाला है, मतलब स्ट्रेट ऑफ द फाइट में जाओ, अटैक करो, स्पेशल अटैक यूज़ करो। सो ये काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड चैंपियन होने वाला है और ज़्यादा बेहतर है, क्योंकि आपको ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं करना है, सिर्फ आपको एक हेवी अटैक का ध्यान रखना है।
On immunity, and he is immune to bleed. So for example, there's that skill champion you may have saw at the end, his name is Bullseye, right? He likes to evade, but Pursuit is fantastic against
Bullseye को भी काउट
a reinforced passive, which makes it so he cannot be
Bullseye की जो इवेड है उसको भी काउंटर करता है, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि Dazzler ज़्यादा बेहतर है।
49 in Alliance War. Well, guess what? That's stunning reflection, and he can't.
So Dazzler अरीना में आने वाली है, तो मैं सजेस्ट करूंगा कि डैज़लर को ग्राइंड करो, इस चैंपियन को, ये चैंपियन आपको अगर मिल जाए तो अच्छी बात है, लेकिन डैज़लर को ग्राइंड करो, डैज़लर ज़्यादा बेहतर है। अब इस चैंपियन के पास कितनी इम्यूनिटीज है वो ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है।
All right, so let us know what you think of our two champions. We've got Okoye and we have Gentle. Let us
पूरे
know,
साल में क्या चैंपियन आने वाला है या फिर क्या थीम होने वाला है, ये इन लोगों ने भी बताया नहीं है। मैं एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा था कि ये बताए कुछ, जैसे पिछले साल इन लोगों ने बताया था कि पूरे साल भर में क्या क्या चैंपियन आने वाले हैं।
So that is it for our live stream, but I do want to leave you with one more thing. Of course, there is a promo code for Reunion Crystals. Make sure you jump into the Summoners Market and pop in the code Summon New Year. Summon New Year. I don't know who came up with that promo code. Definitely wasn't me. Definitely.
आधे घंटे का लाइव स्ट्रीम।
Summon New Year. I like kind of like
ये मुझे को समझ नहीं आया।
Summon New Year.
Summon New Year.
Happy Summon New Year.
Summon New Year.
Yeah. Okay. So your code again is Summon New Year. Hop over to the Summoners Market and get that right away. And of course, a big thank you to our production team once again, driving the rig, making sure we get these live streams month after month. And now, if you liked the video, and I hope that you did, go ahead and click subscribe, click like, leave a comment, jump on social, share it with everybody, share it with your friends, share it with all the people that you love.
मुझे लगा ये कुछ और भी बताएंगे यार, इन लोगों ने कुछ नहीं बताया।
Catch y'all
in the battle round.
चलो थोड़ा बहुत हम ग्राइंड कर लेते हैं। कि ये स्ट्रीम तो मतलब डिसअपॉइंटमेंट थी, मुझे लगा था कुछ होगा इसमें। चलो गेम खेलते हैं हम लोग। इन लोगों ने तो स्कैम कर दिया हमारे साथ। चलो हम अलायंस क्वेस्ट कंप्लीट कर लेते हैं, उसके बाद हम थोड़ी अरीना ग्राइंड कर लेंगे। ओके, तो स्ट्रीम पे तो मतलब यूट्यूब की स्ट्रीम पे तो कुछ मार्वल कॉन्टेस्ट ऑफ चैम्पियन की स्ट्रीम पे तो कुछ मिला नहीं हमें। मुझे लगा था कि पूरे साल भर में कौन से चैम्पियन रिलीज़ होने वाले ये वो बताएंगे, लेकिन उन लोगों ने तो कुछ बताया नहीं। ओकोयो से ज़्यादा अच्छा मुझे वो म्यूटेंट चैम्पियन लगा। क्या लगता है नए चैंपियन रिलीज आपने देखा क्या? मेरे को तो वो म्यूटेंट चैंपियन अच्छा लगा, हालांकि वो डैज़लर से तो बेटर नहीं है। ऑब्वियसली डैज़लर ज़्यादा बेटर है। क्या लगता है नए चैंपियन रिलीज आपने देखा क्या? क्योंकि डैज़लर के जो अटैक है, मतलब जो कॉम्बो है, वो फिज़िकल कांटेक्ट नहीं है, तो इस वजह से आई थिंक डैज़लर ज़्यादा बेहतर होने वाली है। लाइव स्ट्रीम अलर्ट जनवरी कॉन्टेस्ट डेथलेस सागा। सो डेथलेस सागा जो है वो मतलब फ्री टू प्लेयर जो है, मतलब जो प्लेयर्स पैसे खर्च नहीं करते उनके लिए तो वो यूज़लेस है, क्योंकि पहले तो तुम्हें सारे डेथलेस कैरेक्टर तुम्हारे पास होने चाहिए, उसके बाद ही तुम डेथलेस थैनोस को एक्वायर कर सकते हो, और ये उतना आसान नहीं होने वाला। इसका रीज़न ये है कि इसका रीज़न सिंपल है कि रिसोर्सेज इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा लगते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा रिसोर्सेज लगते हैं। हम थोड़ी एरिना ग्राइंड कर लेंगे अभी के लिए, थोड़ी देर, लगभग अभी आधा घंटा ही हुआ स्ट्रीम को, तो हम आधा घंटा और खेल लेंगे। और जो 6 स्टार बेसिक चैम्पियन की जो अरीना है उसके हम थोड़े 8-10 राउंड कंप्लीट कर लेंगे, ताकि हमें कल ग्राइंड करने में थोड़ी आसानी हो। सो जितने भी लोग स्ट्रीम देख रहे हैं प्लीज़ स्ट्रीम को एक बार लाइक कर दो। चैनल को लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना। सो एवरीबॉडी वाचिंग द स्ट्रीम प्लीज़ हिट द लाइक बटन। हम एक काम कर लेते कि ये 4 स्टार अरीना हम बाद में ग्राइंड कर लेंगे। पहले हम क्या करते कि 10 राउंड जो है वो हम 10 राउंड हम बेसिक 6 स्टार अरीना के कर लेते हैं, ताकि यूनिट ग्राइंड हम कल हम यूनिट ग्राइंड कर पाए। Basic arena will start with 5 star rank 2. Okay, I think we should start from rank 3. Hello guys, everybody watching the stream, please hit the like button. What do you think about new release champion of January 2025? I think Okoye is fine, not a track champion, और मुझे लगता है कि जो म्यूटेंट चैम्पियन है वो ज़्यादा बेटर है। if you haven't seen my Superior Banquet Crystal opening, so do check out live stream, 1st of January live stream for Superior Banquet Crystal. गड़बड़ हो गई. Mistake. Okay guys, good night, sweet dream.